Greetings, personal governors. Welcome to my channel. This is Personal Gov. I'm JP Watkins. In today's topic, it's about be aware of becoming an addict for recognition and rewards. Yes, I'm going to repeat that one because this one should really touch home for so many of us, especially in the state of society that we live in. A lot of the will, the resilience has eroded in our society as a whole. Why? In part, because a lot of us, we become so addicted, deeply addicted to recognitions and rewards. So all of a sudden, it's like, well, I'm going to do this. Somebody's going to recognize me for doing that. Oh, good job. Good job. Good job, James. Good job, Joe. Good job, Jane. And the next thing you know, Jane, Jim, John, they expect that recognition for doing what they need to do, for doing what they're supposed to do, for being accountable. So all of a sudden you get up, you make your bed up, you wash your behind. Oh, good job. Oh man, you washed your butt today. Great job. That's awesome. Fantastic. And then before we know it, we have a population of people that don't want to do nothing unless they get some recognition or if they get a reward. Then you got a lot of times a participation reward just for coming to class, just for showing up. We're going to give you a reward. Hey, perfect attendance. Well, that's good. You made perfect attendance. Okay, that's cool. We'll give you that. You came through sleet, rain, snow. You came through sickness, illness, whatever. You made it here. Okay, perfect attendance. We'll give you that. But, we get to a point now, any attendance. Hey, he came. 60% of the year, 70% of the year. Let's get this guy a reward. Thanks for showing up. And of course, I talk about showing up for your life, showing up for your lot. Hey, that is half the battle. And the reason that you can win this race is because so few people are even in the race. So few people are sitting on the sideline of their life. They're sitting in the passenger seat. And that's what personal governors talk about. Grabbing the steering wheel of your life, getting in the driver's seat, putting on that seatbelt, buckling up, and putting it in drive, and honoring your full potential. So I was speaking of that, since I always use that analogy of getting in the driver's seat of your life. Think about it. Look at your dashboard. What do they got? What do they got on the dashboard? What do they go to? 100, 120, Now, how many of us, hey, what do you drive at? Depending on what you drive, 75, 80 miles an hour, right? But just because you drive 70, 80 miles an hour, does that mean as fast as your car will go? Does that mean as fast as you can go, as you're capable of going? No, you got a car that if you push it to the limit, that if you put your foot to the pedal, it can get up to 100. It can get up to 120. Some of them, depending on if you got a high-end car, a lot faster, a lot quicker, right? Especially if you got a performance vehicle. But guess what? Start looking at yourself as a high-performance vehicle. You are a high-performance vessel, and you want to be able to ignite. You don't want to sit around like that car waiting for somebody to come get in you and turn you on. You have to be able to dig inside and turn yourself on and motivate yourself and encourage yourself and empower yourself. Too many of us, we're sitting around waiting for somebody to start us up, waiting for somebody to ignite us, waiting for somebody to put us in drive. Otherwise, we sit around on the sideline of our lives in neutral, wondering why we ain't going nowhere. And then when people say, well, hey man, why are you here? Why are you stuck? Why are you floundering in life? Well, nobody came and pushed me. Nobody came and gave me a jump. Nobody started me. Nobody got in the driver's seat. I'm just an empty piece of machinery. That's not true, and you know it. Stop that. Stop that. You know you got value. You know you got purpose. But let's not get in the habit of being deeply addicted to somebody saying, oh, that's a good job. Great job. if somebody happened to catch you doing right, that's great. Good. Hey, you're doing a good job, Jim. That's great. But when you go to work, you go in there to make a living. It's nice if the supervisor or the manager or the boss catch you doing the right thing and they honor you and they give you some recognition. But don't fall into that trap of, well, it don't matter what I do. Ain't nobody gonna give me no props anyway. Ain't nobody gonna celebrate me anyway. So what? You celebrate you. This is your life. You matter. So what? Ain't nobody looking? So what? Did nobody notice when you picked the trash up off the floor? So what? Did nobody notice? The little things that you do. Yeah, when you're doing a job, if you're doing something, you're a salesman and you increase your sales by 300%. Yeah, note these things. This is not about being pat on the back. This is about earning your way. So then when you go for that promotion, when you go for that raise, you can say, hey, look, by the way, hey, I have done this. I have improved, talent retention. I have reduced turnover. I have increased our revenue by 300% or whatever that is. Yeah, I'm not saying don't give yourself credit where credit's due when it's applicable. But if it's this day to day, if you are struggling and you type 2 diabetes and you start to go on a walking program, don't expect your kids and everybody to celebrate you because you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take care of yourself. Being healthier is the reward. Getting that weight off of you is the reward. Lowering your blood pressure is the reward. Lowering your blood sugar is the reward. If you want to start doing something with your life and your lot so you can support your family, support your kids, making an income is the reward. Moving where you want to move is the reward. Driving the type of vehicle that you want to drive, that's the reward. The recognition is the fruit of your labor. Let's stop getting deeply addicted to somebody telling us that we are doing a good job. It's people that won't do nothing. It's people that won't even post on their Facebook because they done put up 2-3 posts and nobody engaged them. Nobody shared their posts. Nobody liked their posts. Come on now. And I'm not talking about teenagers. I'm not talking about kids. I'm talking about grown people, 30 and up. Stop that. Now, if I'm lying, tell me I'm lying. Go ahead and type it in. Oh, he lying. He tripping. Tell me you don't know nobody that's done it if you haven't done it yourself. Tell me you don't know somebody that's sitting around talking about they're not doing this because what? They're not doing what? Because they're afraid somebody gonna criticize it. See, on the one end, it's the fear. Well, I don't want nobody to criticize me. I don't want nobody to say I'm not smart enough. I don't want nobody to say that I don't speak properly. I don't want nobody to say that I can't sing. I want nobody to say. So on the one end, it's fear. Now you basically are hostage to other people's opinions. And then on the other end is reward and recognition. So now don't nobody give you a pat on the back. Nobody say, oh, good job. Oh, yeah, way to go. Now you don't do what you need to do for yourself. We ain't talking about doing nothing for nobody else. I'm talking about you being your number one investment. I'm talking about you having your back. How many times do you see people talking about, well, yeah, I done did that. I done asked my family. I done asked my friend. Don't nobody got, you don't have your back. What do you mean nobody has your back? You do not have your back. You are a grown individual. I had to let that sit with you. Now, I know sometimes I get a little passionate. You remember I told you back in one of my messages, I said, hey, I reserve the right to pull out that sledgehammer. Sometimes you got to use the scalpel. Sometimes you got to use the vice grips. But this is one of the moments you got to use that sledgehammer. You got to pull it out and you want to impact with power, because sometimes we are getting too soft and too sensitive to where we are not even doing the things that we need to do for ourselves. If you need to eat less, then you know what you need to do. I know it ain't easy. I struggle. But hey, look, I get up and I fight for my life. And guess what? Sometimes I lose. Sometimes life knocked me on my butt. Sometimes I went for 5, 6, 7 interviews and got, a rejection letter from all 10. 0 for 10. and I may start throwing a little pity party for myself. So now I'm feeling bad. So now I'm going to go get me that 7-piece KFC and sit there and gorge myself because I'm feeling sorry for myself. Guess what? I'm not sitting here telling you that I'm perfect. That is a lie. And I'm never going to be perfect. But I'm always going to fight for my life. I'm always going to fight for the life that I feel that I so deserve. And I advise and I strongly encourage you to do the same. All right. Well, that's my time for today. In the meantime, you know what I'm going to leave you with. Persist, believe, and achieve.